Hi guys, it's Whisper in the Wind 2007 here. Today's video is sort of to respond to some of the comments that have been made in some of my videos recently, and also to do with like cheating, misplays, mistakes, you name it. I'm going to respond to the allegation where I played against an Evil Swarm player in Southampton in the regional, and I think it was game 2. I summoned a Dragonif by tributing a black dragon, and anyone who knows what the baby chaos dragons do is if it leaves the field you can search for the white dragon or the black dragon depending which one was on the field. I went into battle phase and then searched the white dragon, and it was one of those things, as someone pointed out in the comments, she said you couldn't do that because you missed the opportunity to search for the white dragon. And strictly speaking, yes, that person is actually right, and you know, I do apologise for what happened there. It wasn't a genuine attempt at cheating or anything like that. It was just I genuinely forgot, got in a panic, and you know, the person I was playing against, he was quite a nice guy and all of that. And had it been the other way round, had he summoned the Dragonif by tributing the baby dragon, I would have let him search anyway had the situations been reversed. But it's just one of those things that happen because anyone who knows me closely knows that I'm very open with the fact that I am dyslexic and dyspraxic. And before anyone says that, am I making this up or anything, I've actually got like my assessment results. Like this is when I was 10, got dyslexia and dyspraxia, and then I forget this one here was when I was 18, got re-diagnosed with dyslexia, and this one here is autism assessment that I had, but that one's another story for another day. You know, it wasn't. But back to the video against Evil Swarm player, it wasn't a genuine attempt at cheating. It's just one of those mistakes that happen, and things do get muddled up in my head. And you know, I am sorry for what happened. It wasn't a genuine attempt at cheating. You know, it was an honest mistake, and you know, once again, I am sorry for it. But it's one of those things. My opponent was quite chilled about it. Had it been the other way, I would have been chilled out about it, because I had it when I played against a Burn Abyss player one time. Milled with Dante, milled Scam. Went to my turn, and I started off by playing Solar Recharge. He said, actually I forgot to search for something off of the Scam, and I said, you know, go ahead and we'll continue from after you search. So we did that, and then we just carried on. And I sort of feel, you know, that's sort of how the game should be played a bit, because you know, we all make mistakes. It can be a very fast game, and you know, honestly, we don't know if the opponent has anything like dyslexia or dyspraxia, because you know, look at me through that camera and you wouldn't be able to tell unless I told you. If my arm was blown off, you could all see it, but when it's something in your head, you can't see it, and people do make the assumption that, you know, the person's trying to cheat or he's trying to do that. It's like, and I'm just like, no, there's something in the head which, no, isn't quite right. And you know, they're not trying to genuinely cheat them out or anything like that. It's just a mistake of being human, or just a mistake of something you got. It's part of life and all that. And you know, if I go to when I played against it was the top 4 video where I played against a YuGiOh player. In game 2 I had Judgment Dragon on the field, and I didn't mill in the end phase, and to be honest, I didn't actually have a clue about it until someone pointed it out in the comments of the video, said you forgot to mill with Judgment Dragon in the end phase. And when I checked it, I was like, oh shit, he's actually right. I didn't. And again, that was just, you know, a mistake of what happens. You know, it wasn't deliberately trying to not mill with Judgment Dragon. I just actually honestly forgot. And then if we go to game 3, my opponent, I had his Dart Law on my side of the field. I took it with Big Eye, and he activated YuGiOh Fusion and Summon Construct, but he sent the spell card to the graveyard, and it was one of those things. I don't think he was trying to cheat me out. He just forgot. I'm going to assume he forgot. You know, I'm not accusing him of cheating or anything. It was just a mistake that happened. And then in that same door, when Construct left the field, he added that same YuGiOh fusion back to his hand, which he shouldn't have done, but it was just one of those things. I didn't notice, he didn't notice, and again it took someone in the comment section to say he should have banished the YuGiOh fusion. So I think it's just part of making mistakes of life. You know, we're all human at the end of the day. YuGiOh players make mistakes. You know, think to yourself, you've probably made mistakes before as well, and you know, not realised it. But the problem that I have is I'm filming the matches, everything is shown, and you can, you know, you do leave yourself open to that, and any mistake is picked up and people will comment on it. And you know, it's one of the things I like filming matches. It is something I do realise I have to put up with, is if you make a mistake, it is going to be shown and you are going to be slated for it. And you know, and that just reminded me back to that same YuGiOh matchup when I sort of screwed myself with my own Royal Decree. I had a Royal Decree set on the field. This is going back to, you know, this is going back to my dyslexia. You can tell right now because I'm getting it all muddled up in the wrong order. When he summoned Dark Law onto the field, I had a set Royal Decree and a set Breakthrough skill. Out in my head was telling me to flip the Royal Decree and chain the Breakthrough skill onto it, and you know, that was the right move. It was all going on in my head. I was like, that's the correct move, so I activated the Royal Decree, but then I forgot to chain the Breakthrough skill, and that's just part of the dyslexia. I genuinely forgot about it, and I then tried activating it the next turn, completely forgetting that I had the Royal Decree on the field that was now active. And you know, strictly speaking, I should have sent it to the graveyard, sent the Breakthrough skill to the banish zone, because you can actually activate it, just might have an effect. But Callum was quite chilled out about it, and he did let me set it face down, and you know, we poked fun at it. That's, you know, it's just part of life. You know, sometimes you make a mistake, poke fun at it. You know, it was one of those things, and I was trying my best to contain my laughter. I was like, I can't believe I'd just done that, and it did actually cost me the game, because I had Glow Up Bulb in hand and Illumina, so I could have just ditched it into the graveyard. Well, I would have Breakthrough skilled first from the graveyard to negate Dark Law and then done my stuff, and I could have Crimson Bladed him. But like I said, it's just, you know, mistakes. We can laugh at it. Sometimes people do get a bit salty about it. But you know, personally speaking, I don't try and cheat people out. I hate being cheated out myself. You know, whenever I make a mistake, I will put up my hands. I will apologise for it, and you know, I hope, you know, to learn from it in future, because you know, like I said, I don't like being cheated out, and I want a fair, you know, I want a fair duel against everyone who I play against, and I'm sure they want the same as well. So that will do for today's video. Yeah, a little bit of news is I will be attending Nationals later this month. I am planning a few Vine videos. I've got one written out which is pretty damn funny, so I hope to record that in the next few days. So that'll be all for now, and this is Whispering the Wind 2007, signing out.